All right, so we are coming right off of 17 south, and we're heading into Snee Farm Country Club. And Snee Farm is the original country club to Mount Pleasant. So you have an 18-hole golf course back here. It was built by George Cobb. He's a golf course designer that has built a few golf courses in this area. This neighborhood dates back to 1970s, maybe. A lot of it was built in the 80s. And this is the original country club for Mount Pleasant. So at one time, this was the place to be. This has been bought in the last couple of years from a client of mine that bought this. He lives in New Jersey. He bought this and he bought Rivertown Country Club. And he's redone the clubhouse out here. They've still got a little bit more work to do on it, but you can see he more or less worked with what was built in the 70s, which is, you know, the design of this certainly resembles a clubhouse built in the 70s. They've got a really good swimming setup out here. They've got clay court tennis, I think 18 clay court tennis courts, and a really good tennis facility. If you're big into tennis, this is a place that some of the top tennis players in Mount Pleasant play at this particular country club. Then you can see the golf course. The golf course, again, this time of year, not the prettiest time of year to look at the golf course, but it's a good golf course. I mean, they've spent some money and put money back into it. You know, the memberships here are not bad. You're probably looking at about a $2,000 buy-in, and then you're getting a couple $100s a month. So the country club membership is very reasonable. If you're looking to join a club, Snee Farm has a lot of those amenities, I think at a pretty good cost. What we're going to do is we're just going to kind of spin through here and let you guys see, you know, some of how Snee Farm sets up. There's varying price points back here. There are some townhomes back here. Most of those townhomes line the golf course. And then you have single family homes. Most of these single family homes are at least a half an acre lot. And what people like about this is, I've driven them through here over the years, is they like the space between the houses, the proximity of this neighborhood to the beach. The beach is more or less across the street. The Isle of Palms connector is right outside the main entrance off of 17. So you're 5 minutes to Isle of Palms. There's about 4 different ways out of this neighborhood, so you can get to different parts of Mount Pleasant, taking different roads to get out of Snee Farm to, you know, get to one side of Mount Pleasant or the other. And the architectural style honestly varies back here. I mean, there's everything from modern looking houses to houses that are plantation style to houses that look like they were built in the 70s. The only thing that I think I hear negative about Snee Farm is a lot of people from the Northeast tell me that it looks like a lot of neighborhoods in the Northeast. And it seems like, at least it's been my experience, that people, when they move down here to the Charleston area, they want to live in a neighborhood that has houses that kind of look coastal or look like they, you know, were built in the South. And a lot of these houses, with the exception of that one, look like houses that you probably could get in other parts of the United States. But again, Snee Farm, one of my favorite spots simply because of its location. You know, there's a lot of tidal water back here, so you've got little places you could kayak, a lot of places to fish. Most of these are kind of center hall colonials, I guess. Again, a lot of brick architecture. This house over here to the left was on the market not too long ago, and I went through it, and it's patterned after a house in Williamsburg, Virginia. So that kind of has got a little plantation look to it. Price points back here anywhere from the probably $375 on the low end on up to about $750. There's not a whole lot of houses back here for sale at any given time. You know, Snee Farm, I think because of its location, is in high demand. So if you're looking in Snee Farm, don't expect to see a ton of houses for sale. If you're looking on MLS or looking, you know, on a real estate website, you probably won't see as many as you would think with a subdivision this size. All right, so we cut through off of Cootsieck Province, which is just a road that runs through Snee Farm. We're riding through a subsection called New Charlestown, which is made to look like Charleston-looking houses. This little area, people really like this. They have kind of cool little courtyards, and you know, some of the houses do resemble what you would see in the older parts of downtown Charleston, with maybe a little bit newer spin to them. These houses are a little bit smaller. These are only 1,500 square feet to probably 2,500 square feet. And again, this is the New Charlestown section of Snee Farm Country Club. And these houses range anywhere from probably $325 on up to maybe the low $4s. A lot of these have been gutted and redone recently. So even though they may look a little older from the outside, a lot of them have been completely redone on the inside. HOA fees for back in Snee Farm and, you know, including the New Charlestown section we're in right now, are about $450 a year. And that more or less covers Snee Farm. Again, if you want to take a tour of this area, if you want us to send you a list of houses that are for sale, or kind of, you know, talk to us about anything related to Mount Pleasant or the Charleston area for that matter, call us at the Brennaman Group, 843-345-6074. You can always visit us at charlestonproperty.com. realtorsnee.net. Thanks again, y'all.